What smell?
Ada bau. Macam dah start. Alright, hi. Good evening, Madam Yasoda. We are from the Mavericks. So today, as a leader, I will start my reflection. So I will start the reflection with other event, which is the National Craft and Museum Negara. So everything was good and it was fun. It was informative. I also learned a lot about orang asli and the craft in Malaysia. But what would I suggest is to improve coordination between the driver. Maybe we do convoy, because I think convoy better when we want to carpooling and use a lot of car, and because we bring a lot of people to move from one place to another place. And maybe the organizer can pick one leader to guide the driver where to go, because not all the driver very familiar with the roads, and maybe the organizer can preview the roads going there. And I would say, like, share another suggestion would share the driver would share their live location, so if they lost, we know where is their location, so the organizer won't be that worried, can suggest a location where to go from their destination. And for our event Silat, my role as a leader, and also the media controlling the slide and PA system, and also F&B. So as a leader, I would say that I'm a leader. My leader style is like flexible. Everyone can give their opinion. I'm okay as long as it's good for us. When you guys throw your suggestion, I will consider first. It's okay, I'm okay. No problem. No, discuss anything, can discuss. No problem. So that is my style. I won't press you guys so much. If I do press you guys, I'm sorry. And then I think what I can improve is my communication lah, because a lot of you guys cover a lot what I want to say, because I wasn't in time to tell you guys, but I really appreciate it too very much lah. Because of you guys, everything covered. So thank you very much about that. So that is what I need to improve. But overall, I feel very fun working with you guys. You guys, all of us, laughing a lot, right? While doing, we joke a lot. Most of the message inside there, sometimes a lot of stickers. So I can see the environment we working is very good. That what drive us. We're not in pressure condition to work. That's what I think make the event happening, the event fun, and I think you guys also feel fun, right? Right? You feel satisfied, right? Right. So that's what I see. So I use that environment and try to maintain it. So that is what basically I did as a leader. I maintain the environment, if you guys notice lah. And for the event, I think the microphone, I think we can find the portable one for Sir Hairul, because he want to demonstrate and talk at the same time. As you can see, sometimes very limited for him to show what he want to tell us and what he want to teach. And then I would praise all the effort lah, from the beginning until the end, from each of the team, since the proposal, the meeting, and then buying things, and then set up all things from A to Z. Everything was good. So yeah, thank you very much. I enjoy to be with you guys, because I know I have before this I have like other group, right? All assignment I have another group, same group with them, but I have another, now I know I have another group that I can work with you lah. Thank you very much. And at first time I don't want to be a leader. I just come to the group. Okay, let's go. And then I say, okay, someone, we group. No one, because I expect Raj. Because this time I want Raj to be leader, because I can see he can become a good leader. But I think next time, bachelor. Alright, that's all.
Here, right? Terbalik. Like what? Here. Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Nick Fazana Nasuha, and for my group, I am the one taking responsibility for logistics, F&B, and also transportation. I will start my reflection with the groups too, which is from the Craft Tangan place and the Orang Asli Museum. So basically what I learned from other places is that, like Kalis has mentioned, it's about the car transportation lah. Besides the one that we need to go just like using one route, I will also think like it's better for the organisers to like book parking on that place beforehand, if there is lah. Because usually for places like that, they would provide parking if there's more than 2 or 3 cars. So that's what I think that I can remember the next time I'm doing an event too. And other than that, I realised the importance of reviewing the place first, as in going to that place before, like Khalis also said, before we bring our participants to that place, so that at least we know the layout of that place, the how does it look around, like is it easy to enter whatsoever, if there's like any construction places near there that will prevent us from proceeding smoothly, which is what I did lah. But that's PC, never mind. That's for Craft Tangan and Museum Orang Asli. And other than that, I also realised like Madam Yasuda also criticised us about the coordinated outfit. Like even though we did coordinated our outfit in terms of it being black, we didn't make it really clear in terms of labeling, or also other participants are also wearing black. So if it's cases like that, we should have gone for labeling or like bright colours, like maybe yellow, bright orange, light green, those horrible colours that I know will attract attention but will make sure that we stand out from the rest. And other than that, besides that, from others event, I also realised that it's important also to like as an organizer, right, you brought your participants to that place, and for education, experience, you should not hog all the attention to yourself. Like I learned in the other event at the Craft Tangan Orang Asli, where the organisers went to the front before the participants, I learned that we should instead be around the participants, or better yet, in the back, to see how the participants would react to the new information giving. Basically, we should also focus. Of course, we can focus, but like we have to prioritise our participants to get the most benefit of it lah, if possible. And I implement that knowledge in our silat skill, whereas I don't focus much on Senizam. I did hear him talking, but like I just focus on our participants in making sure that they're doing the moves correctly, they're not kicking their legs too high, like as to prevent injuries whatsoever. And that's really helpful lah. And even though I don't get much knowledge from it, it's okay, because as the organisers, I can always review back the video that we captures on our phone and camera. And I think what I can improve better in this event that I'm doing with my group members is also like Khalis, communicate better lah. I mean, I'm on my phone, I read what you guys said, but sometimes it doesn't enter my head. Like what? Like sometimes I think, what are these people discussing? Suddenly we're going with drinks. Suddenly we're going with this. Like it's all new information, and I think it's better to have like all not just online meeting, but also like real life meeting if possible, and not just rely our information exchange through WhatsApp only. And I do realise it's good that we all like have a fun environment where we exchange stickers, but I feel like there should be a time for that lah. That's what I think. And also like as a logistic system, like I'm responsible of talking to Senizam, making sure he attends the event on time. But I think I should also like know or learn or how the sound system works, because I also like want to be flexible in case things go wrong. I don't want to just rely on one person. Like at least don't know the basics lah of how the IT system works, so I can back up my team members. And the most important thing I learned is that not to take responsibility for other events going wrong. As in, on the event day itself, like there was a student from the lecture theatre coming to us about our microphone connecting to theirs, and some of us like was kind of nervous and kind of panicking on how to resolve that. And I realized like we shouldn't have be panicking like that. It was not our issue. Of course, we could like politely tell them, okay, maybe we can ask the IT guy, but in the end, that should be their responsibility, not ours lah. And that's what I learned lah, like not to make others' problems our problems. Because if our event is going smoothly, let's let it be like that. That's what I learned most importantly. But I did have fun with you guys lah. I enjoy it very much. And I think I should do better in the communication aspect, and also the fact that I know we all get nervous easily, right? Some of us. And I learned that I should not be swept along with the nervousness. I should instead do my part, which is like calm you guys. Because I do notice that some of us get really nervous easily, and in my mind I'm just like, just chill. But like I don't communicate that. I'm just like, yeah, I'm nervous too. Even though in my mind like, just chill. I should like instead like, because I don't want to invalidate others' anxiety and nervousness. But I realize lah, even though I don't invalidate, I should at the same time I should as well calm the people around me and do my part lah to calm the group down. That's what I learned, and that's the reflection I have for my group. Now I will pass it on.
Okay, so hi, I'm Dana. I'm the treasurer for our event. So I'll start off my reflection with our weekly guided activities. So from the activities, I would say everything went well. Our discussions were very fruitful and informative. And in terms of improvement, I can say for myself specifically, I should be able to improve on my multitasking skills. So for example, when we were doing the proposal, we were doing multiple things at one go. We were discussing multiple things at one go, but I had trouble focusing on making the estimated cost because of listening to so many things. So I had to like do one by one, and that's one thing I can improve on in the future for creating an event, organizing an event, because usually for events multiple things go on at the same time. And another thing that I'm very grateful for is our collaborative skills between all of us. So since we all have different schedules after classes, we stay different places. So I'm very thankful that all of us, we managed to find time for each other for this event. And yeah, that's one thing I'd say I can improve on, because sometimes I prioritize too much on home stuff when I'm home, or too much on school stuff or campus stuff when I'm at campus. So I should learn to balance it out and be a bit more flexible. And in terms of the events, so I'll start off with the craft complex visit. So for that, I would say generally the event was awesome, very informative. And improvement on the event itself, maybe instead of having like the carpool, we should go at the same time, like what Khalis mentioned. And also for the part where we take off, we were estimated to gather at 7:45 and leave by 8. But from our event, we learned that we should give them a minimum of 30 minutes to 1 hour. So since it was in the morning, right, so we can't expect people to arrive at 6 o'clock at MSU. So I would say in that sense, they should have like done it so that we gather at U Square at 7:30 rather than 7:45, because with Malaysians, we are always late. So if you have half an hour extra, then it will be great to know that everyone will be there and we can leave MSU either on time or even earlier, which is better, to avoid the traffic, because it was on a Monday with rush hour. And in terms of the Orang Asli Museum, I would say everything was very good, but in the sense where they shouldn't have put their event on the same day as the craft complex. I understand that they wanted to save time, but as an organizer, now that we have organized our event, I feel that if you put it on the same day, it distracts other participants from your event. They are not really focused on it, and rather than dedicating one whole day for your event, then everyone will be very participative. They won't feel like it's dragging so much, because they focus on the morning event, then they tend to forget about your event in the afternoon. So towards the end, they're very tired. So rather than that, you put it on one day, then you can have maybe not such a long event. A shorter event will be better, especially since we are outside, right? On a field trip. When you go outside, like what Madam said, we cannot have it too long because participants will get tired. They will, start to wander around, sit around. So if you do want to have a long event, I would say have breaks in between where participants can rest and do whatever they want freely for like maybe 10 or 15 minutes rather than continuously 2 to 3 hours of one event where everyone is standing for the whole time. And for event on the day itself, I was in charge of medical team and technical as well, crowd control as well. And in terms of medical, I would say luckily no one was hurt, no one was injured or anything. But in terms of improvement, we could wear like specific tags to identify ourselves as medical team, or like a vest, for example, so that if someone is injured, hopefully, if someone is injured, they know who to look for immediately and how to spot us quickly. And for crowd control, luckily everyone was quiet, and I'm glad that we did the seating arrangement where we did a zigzag position where we could control the crowd easily, because previously we were thinking of sitting at the sides, but I don't think that will be as good as the zigzag position that we ended up going with, because there will be so many people on one side, whereas those people who are sitting on the other side, they can be noisy and it's troublesome for us to go all the way to this side. And in terms of technical system, I would say improvement, maybe we could have asked CID to get 2 mics working instead of 1, because they only prepared 1. So because we only had 1 mic, so Raj had to constantly, when he's emceeing, then when Sir Nizam had to say something or wanted to say something, then you had to pass the mic to him. So maybe have a dedicated mic for him and a dedicated mic for you, or a dedicated on-set speaker like what Khalid said for Sir Nizam. And in terms of tech also, I would say, because we had the technical issue with the movie night upstairs lecture theatre, our mic being connected to their speaker, maybe in the future when we do contact anyone, like for example Khalis had the contact for CID, we should share that contact into our group so that if there's anything that happens, we can contact him directly, because at that time Khalis was praying. It's understandable that he was praying, but that delayed the process of like contacting CID and resolving the issue. And all in all, from the event, I would say in terms of my improvement, I could always improve on handling myself, my emotions during stressful periods, because I was one of them who was very nervous, very panicky, and it didn't help that we had that technical issue that made me even more nervous and panic even more. But yeah, in that sense, I should improve myself on that to calm my nerves down and handle the situation properly without taking into consideration my emotions at that time. So yeah, that's all from me.
Hello, I'm Harish Raj, and my role for this event is I'm the floor manager, and then during the event I was the MC. So I would like to talk about their event first. So what are the things I learned from their event? So first, I learned how they manage us lah, basically, because we are a little noisy, a little hyper. So they managed us so well. They'll be like shh, go, like that. And then one more thing is about Komal's team. I really like the way Komal handled us lah, because she was in charge for the safety, right? So she was like, "Are you okay?" She was like constantly offering help, and then even Vaishini had headache, right? Headache, and then she gave Panadol. It was so very inspiring. And then another thing is, from the postmortem we did for the 2 groups, luckily we are the last group, so we get a lot of points for us to be prepared. So I feel like for our event, from the postmortem, right, we get a lot. For example, like gathering the participants earlier, because we know our classmates, yeah. Because not gonna lie, our classmates, their time management is horrible. Horrible. Yeah. So basically for their event, right, maybe from the suggestion we gave and Madam gave, they could have started maybe a little earlier because we were like quite rushing and then we were late basically. So for our event, everything went so smooth, uh, except the technical issue, the microphone lah. But we didn't know that would happen. I was like, microphone can connect to 2 speaker like that lah. And then for my role as a floor manager, I did the itinerary of course after discussing so I'm sorry, discussing with y'all, and then we did some changes here and there. And then as an MC, okay, I know I'm not a professional MC. I'm like I am serious sometimes, but I don't like to be too serious. Too formal lah. I like to be playful, to keep them like to what to say? To entertain them basically. So okay, right. So we were like, talking, interviewing them, and then singing. I think it's quite fun. And then one thing I would like to improve is, for the itinerary, actually, for the poster part, as a floor manager, I should have done that itinerary for the poster for the promotional team. But our leader here, he did the poster. Thank you so much with the itinerary. Oh, Ayn Vaishnavi. Thank you guys. And then sometimes in the groups there's like 200 messages, what are you guys talking lah? And I was like blur. And then sometimes I'm blur, sometimes I'm the one who does that, I'm the one who sends the sticker. So basically that's it. I learned a lot how to manage everything from this event. Thank you. I'll give it to Melinda.
Okay. Hello, I'm Melinda. I was one of the secretaries for our team. So first I'll start with the weekly assignments, weekly activities. So the secretary work, I think, was a lot actually, because it was a good thing that we decided to divide the secretary work, because if one person had to do it, it would have been a lot to finish in one time, because we also had other classes and other assignments to finish. So we had actually very little time, because Varshini was here, because we both were helping each other. We were able to finish in like short periods of time. Sometimes we had so much of assignments that we had to push the secretary meeting minutes the day before we had to submit it. It was completely I had to manage our time a bit better, but then we had a lot of assignments because starting of the semester. But thankfully, because two of us were there, we were able to finish it. And I feel like I should have done a bit more, because most of the time I had work at home, I had like stuff at home to do and all that, but I think I should have started earlier so I could help Varshini more, because she was the one who would give me the basic outline of everything, or at least the small summary of everything that happened. I would just rephrase it, elaborate it, make it descriptive, and add anything that was missing, listening to the recording we recorded during the meeting minutes. I think that's all for the weekly activities. Next, for the other groups activities. First, the craft complex. Again, I think you're repeating the same thing. The carpooling, the parking lot, and the carpooling problem. Because I wasn't the one driving, I did see the hassle though, but I did feel the hassle, and I think you have to go around again finding the parking lot, the timing problem. We could have handled it better with how Khalid said. Khalid and Nick and all of you all said actually that we have to go there, see, review the place earlier, make sure the parking is there and all that. Because there was parking there, I remember, which Dana reminded me, there was a parking there, but we just didn't book it properly because they didn't communicate properly. So I think that also taught me that we have to communicate properly with our whoever we are working with now. So other than that, the event was honestly pretty good. Next, the Orang Asli Museum, like Khalid said, because I'm one of the international students, it was in Malay. First of all, it was in Malay, and while they did remind it earlier when they presented it, it was a really long time ago, so I don't think I remembered it much, because they did also say that it was a possibility of it being Malay, not that it will be Malay. So I had a bit of a problem, but thankfully my teammates were here to help me, and the others were also there. So this was also another thing that taught me to make sure our communication was very clear with our with whoever we're going to be contacting with, to make sure that our event moves smoothly. And like Khalid also said, the Orang Asli Museum was pretty small. You could have, because I haven't been to the museum yet, so like from what everyone of our classmates also told me, there's a lot more stuff to discover in the actual museum, so they could have also extended it a bit like that. And yes, the evening one, because everyone was so tired, I think we also learned from that to make sure that our event wasn't that long and very late. We made sure it was ended earlier at 9 o'clock instead. I think that's all for the other 2 events. So for our event now, so okay, for our event, I was in charge of the registration and also the crowd control and the gift management coordinator. So I think registration. I think when the tech problem was happening and everything was smoothly, but when the tech problem was happening, because I was in the registration, I couldn't help much because I was waiting for the participants to come, and if I move from there, I can't. I have to make them sign. I have to make sure everyone is here or not. So I couldn't leave and come there and see. But I was trying to get some information from whoever walked past me, like, what's happening there? Nick, what's happening there? So at least I know what is going on. But I feel like I should have helped a bit more. But again, registration, I have to stay there. Crowd control, honestly, there wasn't much crowd controlling. We went pretty well because, like Dana said, the exact thing. We could sit like the way we were sitting, right? There were people right around us who could reach each of us. We sit in a very organized, equal position where the right amount of students could reach each of the crowd controllers without it being a hassle. For example, anyone had an injury or anything, they could just turn, see either me or the other people could turn, see Dina, turn, see Raj or Varshini, whoever was there, and immediately get help. So, and we could also make sure that no one was, I could literally see the faces, so no one was actually getting distracted or no one was feeling unwell. So our positioning was pretty good. And after that, after the demonstration, everyone was sitting down, I could see no one was really keen on going and getting the 100 plus. So you asked, maybe we just go offer them. I started offering them one by one, and then everyone wanted it. No one came, but everyone wanted it. So we were like, okay, everyone go offer it all to them. So I guess, honestly, our thing also went really well. I'm like Madam said, the tech problem, right? I didn't realize it till the end because I was sitting here with the registration, right? But Madam said that if it is not our event is going pretty well and their event is the one that's getting disrupted, it is not our problem to go solve it for them. So I think I learned that. I didn't know. I was pretty nervous when it was happening, and I saw students coming down. That I think I wasn't there. I was getting nervous sitting there and not knowing what to do. So like Madam said, we should. I learned something new from her that time. And wait, I have improvements already. Yeah, like our environment, work environment, like Kali said, it was a very fun and nice environment. The thing is, we managed to make it fun, but also at the same time, we got the work done. We didn't get distracted too much by the fun and all that, so that was pretty well our teamwork. I'm so thankful for the teammates we have for that. And like Nick said, there was some communication because, like I said, home time. My home time mostly. My father wants to keep my college life not too into my home time because of so much work. I have very little time to spend at home, right? So whenever we do have any communications here, I try to make sure that I read any messages as soon as I can. Sometimes there's a delay in it. So when I come suddenly, there's like 200 messages. I don't know what's going on. I can't read through each and every message. But thankfully, when I ask, you'll all understand that. So when I ask a question, I'm immediately able to summarize it for me, and I'm so thankful for that. And yeah, and during the event, because I was sitting in the other side, I was the only person in the other side of the crowd, and everyone else was here, right? When there were a few stuff happening, I could see all of you crowding around and talking. I was a bit worried. I thought I should come there and talk, but then I was thinking that if I walk around too much, then I probably distract Sir Nizam or the evaluators will be. So I was a bit worried about that. But the thing is, I just stayed there, like not doing anything. So I feel like I should have just come there once at least to see what was going on, and then went back. So it's an improvement on my part. I should communicate it better because I was feeling like, I don't know if it's anything negative or it's resolved or not. I was just confused sitting there. But as a crowd control or like one of the organizers, it was my responsibility to come and see what's going on. Just to know what's going on and go back and sit. So I guess that's all. That's all my improvements. And honestly, I guess I'm thankful for the team we got because everyone's so supportive and helpful here. So I guess that's all from my part.
Okay. So I'm Deva Varshini. I'm the secretary of this group Mavericks. So I start from the weekly activity, like how Melinda started. So as a secretary, I learned that
whenever there's a meeting, you should be able to take note on each and every, even though it's a small details or anything, you should be able to take notes in even a small detail, because my responsibility is to remind each and every meeting about the little things are important things they discuss about in their last meeting. Okay, so during the meeting, I should like at the first meeting, right, I didn't really like recorded what we actually talked about. I just take note, and also Malinda. So and then I thought that we actually didn't cover that much of information, just because just by hearing it. So in the starting from next meeting, I started recording it. So from that part itself, I get more points than I expected. So whatever we discuss in the meeting, that part I should improve. I should maintain, not actually improve. And then sorry about spamming a lot of messages on the WhatsApp about like reminding you guys about the task, because I know we are humans, right? If we will be very busy with family stuff, our personal stuff, our academic stuff. So I think about it's my responsibility as a secretary to remind you guys like what in which state or which part we are in organizing an event. Okay, so but sorry for spamming a lot, even though it's a weekend. And after that, when we are submitting the proposal, right, we didn't actually like ask Madam Yashoda how is our proposal. We just straight up like submitting into WhatsApp, and we shouldn't do that. We should actually every time whenever you complete a task, you should actually ask a lecturer, because lecturer is there to guide you. Okay, so that part we have to improve, and I also have to improve. And after that, this is a very friendly environment, I would say, because from Sam 1 until this time, I'm with the same people I know. Only Kalis is this is the first experience with Kalis, and it's pretty good actually. It's pretty great, amazing, I would say. He's a chill leader. So whenever you choose a leader for your team, you should actually like choose a very resilient one, very agile one, very flexible one, and you should be able to like listen to every person's opinion, and like value every person's opinion and make a rational choice. And actually Kali is really great at that part, like very responsible leader, I would say. And the next thing, I start with the event now. So actually when people say, right, learn from your own mistake, not only that, you should learn from other people's mistake also. I learned that in this time. So because other two teams actually organized the event before us, right, it's actually advantage for our team, because we really learn from the activity. So as for PIL activity, starting from the transportation, if it's an outdoor event, right, you should actually focus on the transportation and also accommodation for the car in that area. So transportation, we should review the road like how our teammates suggested. And also for the parking, you should actually if it's the parking lot available, we should pre-book it. And then during the event, crowd controller is a very important one, and also the photographer and videographer. In PIL event, I learned that for photography and videography, it shouldn't have to be like 2 person. It can be 1 person, because you are holding the same device which can take photo and video at the same time. And also, you should focus on the crowd controlling. Instead of focusing on yourself for the content, right, or like to what to know, it's even if you're an organizer, you should really focus on your participant, what they expect, like what they think about. It's like, are they interested? Are they distracted? You should really take each and every note about them. If they are bored, you should ask them to like, if they are using their phone, you could like tell them before the event itself, like please switch off your phone, because like this is an event. We should respect whoever like talking in front of them. Some people might be clueless about it, okay, because they are not introverted or extrovert. They are like ambivert like me. Like they are clueless or like went that place before, so they just want to take a look around, not actually concentrate on the talk because they already know about it. So it will be better if you remind them about like please be quiet because there is a person talking. Okay, you cannot assume that it's a common sense, yeah, because we all humans, right? Sometimes we remember something, but another time we don't remember. So we should always remind them about what they have to do during the event. And also food and beverages also, it's all good during their event. And next is Orang Asli museum, right, event. So there also some people came late actually because they didn't give the particular time to when to arrive, right?
when to arrive. So some people like also missed the road because we didn't like get head to the museum at the same time. Sorry for my head to the museum at the same time. And then otherwise and also about the international students. When it's come to like you're going to a museum and it's a person, you should whenever you choose a guest, right, you should choose, if it's involved international student, you should choose someone who are expert in multi-language like Malay and English at the same time. So I noticed that orang mostly that guy is actually like expert in both language, but he prefer Malay because like he assumed that all of them know Malay because we book tickets only for the Malaysians, even though they are international students. We book tickets for like, or not we, sorry, they are organized like book for like only for Malaysians. So he doesn't really know. There is an international student in between them, so that's why he like continue talking in Malay. We shouldn't repeat that. Not we should learn from that. And also you shouldn't like have a same event on two event on the same day, because it will be really tiring for the participant. From the morning, if you think about it, from the morning 8 o'clock until like 4 o'clock, it's really tiring for because as a human being, I know that like we all will be tired, even though it's like 1 hour of speech, like 1 hour of like taking a look around, right? So we should take a break in between. So instead of 2 events in one day, we should do like 1 event in one day, like at the particular time, another event on another day in a particular time. We should improve that. And so we come to our event. After we all notice this stuff, we actually like divided our task, like videographer, photographer is me during that day, and then like food and beverages and controlling the LED and then music. We actually like learn from their mistake and then improve our event. I'm really grateful for that. It went pretty well on our event, I would say. Except for the technical issue we had at the first. Like Madam Yashoda mentioned on that day, you shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't be afraid to handle people. I actually have to improve that. I didn't think about that actually at that moment. When that person came from the LT like to our place, right, I was actually panicking. What do we do? I only think about like from my view, not from like the third person view, from my view only. So I'm not really rational in that situation. I should improve that. Like Madam Yashoda said, if your event is completely organized, you shouldn't be panicked. You shouldn't be panicked. If their event have a problem but yours is completed, you just tell them, like inform them politely. Ours is completed. Can you like contact that person who set up for you? We should improve that part. After that, like how I say, when you're like invite a VIP guest, right, you should be like very friendly with our participant. You should be able to communicate pretty well with our participant, like how we choose Chegu like Harul Nizam for our event. I'm really grateful like that we invited Chegu Harul Nizam for our event to talk about Silat. And he really like engaged everybody in the activity, not only focusing on one group but focusing on everybody. And it's a great experience and a great knowledge that we get to know on that event. Time management, I would say, we should more focus on time management whenever it comes to an event. Like how we invited them 1 hour before we actually started our event. And communication, yes, communication is the key whenever we organize an event. Like you guys, like many of us mentioned it, when it's a WhatsApp group for an event, we should only focus on the main content, not like spamming sticker. We can be friendly, yes, because we are friends, right? So, but we should reduce that. We can use sticker, but not very frequent lah. Okay, we live and learn. And after them, I would say, overall it's a great experience. I really like learn, and also you should think. Like your thinking skills should improve, because whenever there's a critical situation, critical situation, you should remain calm and then think carefully. And overall PEC 300 is a great experience and great learning process from me. Thank you.